so it's very early on a Saturday morning. Julie's got a show today, but obviously when Julie's got a show I've got to get up early as well because the dogs get woken up and need walking and so on. But it's beautiful this morning. Good boy, Bertie. Come on. Bertie. Bertie. So, what are we making, Julie?
We're going to make a roasted vegetable madras.
Excellent.
So we've got some onions and curry leaves in here.
And what other ingredients have we got?
Garlic, ginger, chilli, lots of roasted vegetables, lots of cumin. What other is it? Coriander.
Coriander, plum tomatoes.
We're using Scotch bonnets.
Yeah. I'm going to wash my hands because I've got Scotch bonnet chilli all over them. We all know what happened the last time I got Scotch bonnet chilli on my hands.
You do indeed.
Yeah, it rhymes with chilli. This is from a cookbook that I bought Julie at Christmas, and it's full of vegetarian Indian dishes, and they've been so far absolutely wonderful. We had Miles and Marina over for dinner a good few months back, and we did lots of recipes from this book because obviously Marina's vegetarian, and they were a real hit and we loved them, so we've been cooking them ever since.
So I'm just browning off the onions here, and I've got some curry leaves in there, and then we'll add the garlic, ginger and chilli in a minute.
This is the world's worst garlic press.
I think.
Yeah, it is. Let's grate the ginger.
Yes.
On this one here.
Yep. So we'll add the garlic and the ginger. And the chilies.
Now I want you just to take a moment and breathe in the aromas. If only we had smell-o-vision.
Just going to add the tin of tomatoes, and need to fill the tomato can up with 3/4 of water.
Half a tablespoon of tomato puree going in.
We need a third of a teaspoon of turmeric.
A third of a teaspoon. So this is 1 teaspoon. So. That'll do?
Yeah, that'll do.
Next.
A teaspoon of garam masala.
Easy. A heaped teaspoon.
Yeah, we like a heaped teaspoon. A teaspoon of cumin. And a teaspoon of honey.
Let's take a sniff. We're also going to do a special rice. We're going to do a rice containing what, Julie?
I don't know. I think we'll probably add some fried onions, some omelette, shredded omelette in it, maybe some saffron.
Prunes? Prunes, is it?
Dates.
Dates. Dates and apricots as well. So it's a kind of, there's a recipe in here for Maharaja rice.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely delicious. It's got pistachios, it's got dates, it's got apricots. We don't have the pistachios today, so we're just going to mix and match.
So this is the roasted vegetables. We've got parsnips, carrots, potatoes and baby sweet corn in here with some cumin.
A bit of rapeseed oil.
Yeah, once they're cooked, they go into the curry sauce. Looks good. Hopefully.
Hopefully it's tasty. Okay, so the upside, beautiful curry. Absolutely gorgeous. The downside, just look at all this washing up. It's piled everywhere. So, it's early morning. It's about 6:30. That's early for us, not for some people, I understand. But we're up early this morning because we're driving down to Queen Alexandra Hospital for another eye injection. Deepest joy. So we'll take you along for the journey. I'm just on my way back from QA Hospital. I've had my eye injected. As you can see, I now look like Captain Pugwash. Is it Captain Pugwash?
Yeah, I suppose so, isn't it? Didn't they?
Did he have a patch?
Didn't he? Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I now look like a pirate. So yeah, on our way back home now, and I've got some articles to edit this afternoon with my one good eye, and spend the rest of the day relaxing. Might even get a cheeky burger on the way back. Who knows?
So I'm off for a blood test this morning. My least favourite thing, I'm sure everyone's is the same, but they always have real trouble trying to find my veins, so hopefully they get it in one go. I think the worst has been 10 goes. So I'm going to fill myself up on some sugar before I go in, just so I don't faint. Wish me luck. Blood test done. She did it in one go. That is just like amazing. So very, very pleased with that. Now I've got to do a bit of shopping, go to the bank, go to the post office. So busy day today, and then hopefully get back to do some painting. So I'm back from the doctors. They've done my blood test. Look away now if you're squeamish. Now I'm back to painting my newspaper.
Oh, let's have a look and see the progress.
My newspaper, look. I don't know if you can see in this light because the light is pretty rubbish in here at the moment. Now the first thing I'm going to do today is I've got a painted that I painted. This one here. That I want to photograph so that it can be printed. And unfortunately the light on the boat is not good enough. So I'm going to plug in my light and take a photo of the painting. So here is my setup. I've got my light here, my ring light on my tripod, got my painting below it, and we're going to light it up and take a photograph with my camera. I'm going to use this side of the EcoFlow, which has got the USBs. So let's just plug that in. Mark's computer is also charging at the moment. Let's see if we can put the light on. That's better. And we're still at 100%, so it's barely using anything at the moment. Okay, so the light wasn't too bad with that, but I'm going to add an extra light just to get a little bit better photograph. As I say, it's quite dull in here today, so all the extra power that I can use and all the extra lighting is going to be a bonus. So the next thing for me to do is to plug the laptop in and to get the picture from the camera onto the laptop. This time I'm going to use the plug, and I've got 2 sockets here. Plug it into that one, switch it on. So I have my picture there. I've just made the back of the card and I'm now going to print this out. What I'm going to need now is my printer. So let's get that and plug it in. So let's plug in the printer. And here we have it. One card. I'm going to pop these on my website, and all the profit is going to be going to the Red Cross.
Okay, so I'm just about to do one of our daily chores, or one of our regular chores. We're out of fuel, or we're running low on fuel, so I've got to go and take 2 fuel canisters down to the fuel boat at Honey Street. It's about a 45-minute drive. I'm also going to get a gas bottle as well. Obviously, in line with everything else, it's going to cost me the earth because diesel's risen sharply and so have gas prices. So that's affected the price for a canister of gas as well. But hey ho, we're in a lot better situation than some people. So I'll take you along for the journey. So that's the car loaded. So all we've got to do now, or all I've got to do now, is drive to Honey Street. This is one of the pains of living on the canals, because the train lines were laid down to follow the same line as the canals. There are so many level crossings on this particular stretch, and of course whenever you try and cross them there's always a train coming. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. You could be sat here sometimes for 15 or 20 minutes. Let's hope it's just one. Right, well that's me. That's I've just got back to the boat, or I've just parked the car up ready to go back to the boat. It's taken me, I left at 10:15 and it's now 12 o'clock, so it's taken me nearly 2 hours to go and get the fuel. The red diesel has gone up to, or was, 1.45 a litre. Apparently that's just dropped in price. So but the last time I bought red diesel from the fuel boat was 95 pence a litre. And I remember back in the summer last year it was 71 pence. So the red diesel has doubled in price compared to diesel at the pump, which has gone up by about 50%. So I'm not quite sure how that works, how diesel that is effectively the same as white diesel just with a red dye in it has doubled in price. I suspect there's some shenanigans going on from the wholesalers and the fuel producers to do with the changes in the law over red diesel. I know that construction aren't allowed to use red diesel, so farmers aren't allowed to use red diesel. So I'm wondering whether the demand for red diesel is so low now because it's such a niche market that they're trying to squeeze people out so that they just buy white diesel. It would certainly seem that way, because diesel has not doubled in price, but red diesel has. And that essentially is just a white diesel with a dye in it. Okay, so next chore of the day. I've got to take the washing to the laundrette. Unfortunately, our washing machine packed up about a year ago, and due to COVID, logistics, any number of reasons, we haven't replaced it. We do intend to at some stage, but until we do, obviously we have to use the services of the laundrette. So that takes a good couple of hours. So I'm off to Newbury now to get the washing done. Okay, so that's the washing done. All nice and clean until it needs to be done again. Now all I've got to do is pack it away.
Okay, now I'm going to plug in my Cricut machine because I need that to cut some images out.
What are you looking at, Smelly? Eh? Giving me ears a clean? You giving me ears a clean? Yeah. Stop licking the camera. We were contacted by the company and sent a Delta Mini. It's an EcoFlow Delta Mini that we were sent to review and test. Now normally we turn these things down. We've reviewed and tested the Jackery, and we gave our Jackery away to a friend of ours who's a fellow boater. So we decided that this was worth a review, so we've included it in the video, and Julie's very kindly used the EcoFlow to help her in her art business. What we decided to do was not film it as much for use for boaters, but more for if you work on your boat or if you use your boat to make a living, and how that can be a drain on your battery bank and your power usage, especially if you're creating things on your boat. Well, Julie, as we know, is an artist, and she uses an awful lot of machinery and an awful lot of electronics. She uses her computer a lot, she uses a thing called a cry-cut machine, she uses a heat press. Ordinarily, to use the heat press, we'd have to switch the engine on because the heating elements in the heat press would draw too much power. I think they draw 1350 watts. But with this new unit, Julie's able to use the heat press without having to run the engine to give us that extra power.
So I'm just going to use my Cricut Easy Press. It's just like a big iron. It's 1350 watts. And our EcoFlow should be able to do that. So I'm going to try it out today. This is the first time I've used it using this machine. So let's see, if you can use this, then you could use an iron with the EcoFlow. So let's give it a go. Okay, so let's plug it in. I'll switch it on to heat. And here we have it.
So what is the EcoFlow and what's it got? Well, effectively, it's got 882 watt hours output. It can power up to 2100 watt appliances, but only for very, very short periods and only if you really need it. It will comfortably handle things like hair dryers. It will probably comfortably handle your flat screen TV. We ran ours for 4 hours on the EcoFlow the other night, and it's a 50-inch. It's not a 12 volt. It's a full flat screen TV that uses all the power and all the energy. So, and we ran that for 4 hours. To give you an idea of what difference it's made to our power usage and the management of that power usage, prior to owning it, we were getting up in the morning and our batteries would be around about 12.2, 12.3, which is still pretty good. I'm anal when it comes to battery management. But since we've had the EcoFlow, we've been getting up in the morning and our batteries have been at 12.4, 12.5 and 12.6 volts. To put that into percentage terms, prior to owning the EcoFlow, we would have had a battery about 85%, 84, 85% in the morning. Now they're at 93 and 94%, so it's saving us about 10% on our battery. It doesn't sound like a lot to anyone out there who doesn't live on a boat or doesn't use batteries to power their appliances, but it actually makes a massive difference. Because once your batteries start draining down below 12 to 11.8s, 11.9s, and even possibly in some cases 12s, you could potentially putting serious strain on your batteries. So using the EcoFlow has meant that we've been able to save that extra 10%, and that translates to a monetary saving, because at the moment with diesel prices, as you will probably hear in this video, I mention it, diesel prices at an all-time high. We're running our engine a lot less than we would run prior to this. The lithium battery has 800 cycles up to 80%, and it takes about 3 to 6 hours to charge the unit from 0 to 100% via solar, although you do have a fast charge option which will take it up from 0 to 100% in about 1.6 hours. It's supposedly the fastest charging solar battery generator on the market. It's about 4 times quicker than its nearest competitor. EcoFlow have asked me to tell you about a promotion that they're running until the 30th of April. It's their Easter promotion. There's 5% off all of their product range, and that's up until the 30th of April. There is a code which will appear in the comments section below and also on screen. It's basically Weir on the Move. If you go to their website and put Weir on the Move in, it's a discount code, that will give you 5% off. I think it's for the first 10 customers. I am about to put the red diesel that I collected this morning into the tank. So I want to talk to you about my jiggle pump. This is a jiggle pump, and it works by jiggling this end here, if you listen, which has got a little ball bearing in it, which creates a vacuum which sucks the diesel up into the pipe and into the tank. Every boater should have one. Chore number 523 of the day: change the headlight in the car. The bulb's gone, so that needs changing. Doesn't take long, but it's just another thing to add to the list of things that need to be done. What a feeling when you hoover in the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling when you hoover in the ceiling. Okay.